Hello. Thank you for taking a few moments to join us for today's instructional video. Now that you know how you'll be connecting to Descartes MacroPoint, it's time to review more detailed instructions about how to set up tracking requests. Please let our support team know if you have any additional questions once this demonstration is complete. Let's get started. Your customer has mandated freight visibility through Descartes MacroPoint. Assigning tracking requests is a critical requirement for providing visibility to our mutual customer. This process will initiate the tracking and complete setup. Why should you agree to Descartes MacroPoint tracking? It allows your customer to maintain visibility of each shipment, reduce check calls, and ease concern about their freight location, all of which improves both your customer satisfaction and operational efficiency. Here's what you can expect from this presentation. First, we'll give you a high-level overview of how Descartes MacroPoint works. Next, we'll break down your specific responsibilities when using Descartes MacroPoint tracking for your customers. Finally, we'll give you step-by-step directions on how to most effectively implement Descartes MacroPoint tracking. First, let's go through an introduction on how Descartes MacroPoint works. To give you a better understanding of the process, we've broken it down into 6 individual steps. Step 1. Your customer wants to track a shipment that you are hauling on their behalf. Step 2. Your customer sends that shipment to you through the Descartes MacroPoint portal for tracking. This is your Descartes MacroPoint tracking request. Step 3. An email notification will be sent immediately from Descartes MacroPoint, alerting you that tracking needs to be set up on the Descartes MacroPoint portal. Step 4. Depending on which method of connection you chose, whether it's ELD, GPS, or cell phone, you will need to enter a truck or trailer number or a driver's cell phone number on the Descartes MacroPoint portal for that particular shipment. Step 5. Once the unit information or cell phone number is assigned, a connection will be established. No further action is required by you, and the shipment is ready to track. If the connection method you've chosen is cell phone, the driver will need to download the Descartes MacroPoint app. Once the shipment begins, your customer will receive updates that the shipment is tracking now. First, let's review how to set up a load for tracking via email notification. When a customer asks for you to assign a tracking request, you will receive an email that looks like this. There is a link in the body of the email that will direct you to our website. Once directed to this page, log in with the credentials you've created for yourself or that Descartes MacroPoint has provided for you. Make sure to click Keep Me Signed In so you don't get logged out while navigating the site. If you have issues logging in, simply contact our support team and they will get your login credentials squared away for you. If you're a carrier who has been set up through your ELD or GPS, there is a drop-down option for you to enter the truck or trailer number. Make sure to change the drop-down to that option before you enter the truck or trailer number. Review the start tracking time to ensure that the tracking time is not a date or time in the past. If it is, just change the time and date to the current time. You will then click the Add button at the end of the row. Finally, click Save Order. If you're a carrier that has been set up through your driver's cell phone numbers, you will be directed to a blank tracking request. Please enter the driver's cell phone number in this highlighted box in the Track Load Via field, and click Add. As a reminder, be sure that the start tracking time is not a date or time in the past. Then save the order. Now let's review how to set up your load for tracking via system login. If you do not wish to receive email notifications of the request, or you did not get an email notification for the tracking request, but you know there's an existing one on the site, there's another way to access that request. Simply log into the site through the sign-in page on macropointlite.com. Once you've logged in and are at the main menu, you will see an option under Features that says Tracking Requests, where there will be a selectable red number with the number of requests available for assignment. Once you've clicked Tracking Requests, find the request you need to assign and click Setup. From here, the instructions are the same as before. You will add the truck or trailer number or the driver's cell phone number, check the time, click Add, and save the order. You can also have copies of the updates emailed to yourself or your customer. You'll add as many email addresses as you want in the box that says Email Copies of Updates To. Make sure all email addresses are separated with a comma. If you choose to have copies of updates emailed to yourself or your customer, this is what the email will look like. Assigning tracking requests is a manual process, but we do have CSV flat file and API integrations available to automate the assignment. If you'd like to implement this, please have your IT team contact our activations team and we can set you up for automation. Now we'll review what driver installation looks like. Step 1, the driver receives a text message. Step 2, a link will be sent via text message for the driver to download our app, MacroPoint for Truckers. They can also search manually for the app in whichever app store they use on their smartphone. Step 3, the driver installs the app and selects Always Allow for location permissions. Step 4, your driver's phone is now MacroPoint enabled. Next, we can review how to view loads in progress. If you'd like to review the order, you will select View Loads Being Tracked. From this screen, you can see all the loads you assign a driver to. This screen will display all the loads you've assigned. You can manage these shipments and identify who is ready to go and who needs some assistance. You can see some of the different statuses listed here. Tracking now means the driver has accepted Descartes MacroPoint and is tracking successfully. Requesting installation means the driver has not yet opted in. Ready to track means the tracking is ready to go, but it hasn't yet reached the tracking start time. You can view the tracking updates by selecting View in the most recent update column. Thank you for your time. As a reminder, if you have any additional questions, please contact our support team and they'll help you work through any issues you may be having. Until next time.